Individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold 𝗀𝗬𝗧𝗧 quality mark in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice. We are also Ghanaian law specialists and have advised many local authorities and other solicitors on aspects of Ghanaian law. We have also advised businesses looking to relocate to Ghana. Our senior partner is dual qualified as a barrister at law in Ghana and solicitor to the Superior Court of England and Wales. Client satisfaction is our #1 priority. This shows in the number of positive reviews we have received from our clients. BWF Solicitors, your preferred community lawyers.
Legal Hour with MANYE NAA and BWF Solicitors ewa mechicha obi biara odine fidi ato GN radio anope na 𝗃𝗶𝗀𝗏 nyame nhira obia yanumtufo ne se wasem ye nokre ampa asem de ba kope nokre ba kope oyeden a bebia obekọ bia no lawyer yedi amudi dwume omoye ba kope mude mufia ye kan lawyers a omo agidin ana lawyers a omudem lawyers a akukudama na BWF Solicitors lawyer for ene nyame adom yenyo mo a yene omo ba betwetwe nkomo mesre adofo mo ntwetwe ben ifidie no mfrefre mo nuanom se emre na so yene mre kra emre na so enten mo bomodia na mo ntwe ben ifidie no na ene yemfa dwumedie no. And good morning once again to those of you in UK, and depending on the location that you are, good afternoon and good evening, even sometimes good night. I mean those far away, let's put it that way. Okay, I believe today is a special day, and the topic that we have today is going to be really beneficial to most of us. When I say most of us, I believe all those who are looking for partners, or those who are partners already but they want their spouse or their partners to join them here in the UK. So this very special day that we have, or this topic that we have today, we are going to digest it into bits for you to get the understanding and the process for you to follow in order to allow or apply for your spouse to join you in the UK. So without much wasting time, I'll go straight to the program by inviting our lawyer Francis Bosompem is here with us today, and I'm so happy to have him here. He's going to digest this particular topic for us, and then after the program, or after his explanation, that's going to take about 10 minutes or so, I'll be asking him some few questions, and after the questions, I'll open the phone lines, the usual phone lines that we always use. We have 3, but normally I add 1 to it for easy access. So I'll open the phone lines, but before that, please, when he's explaining or he's giving us the explanation of the topic, I'm pleading with you, don't call, wait till he finishes, and then after that we can be taking some calls. So, and then we have two numbers that you can use. Two WhatsApp numbers that you can use. The first one being 077-879-39958. You can leave a voice note, or you can call on that number, or even you can WhatsApp send a message, which I'll be able to read for you. But if you call and it goes to voicemail, please, with that one, it's very difficult for me to access. So let's put this in our minds as I invite our dear lawyer Francis. Good morning, lawyer Francis.
Good morning, MANYE NAA TEÄ. Apomu to say.
Nyamiadom me hoye pa nyamiadom anopedia obibesi adom ne ahweyi nti ekrekre mu na pacha wonso
Nyamiadom na se na osika no ane ahweyi se na okrekre mu no yekoso ada na se yo etie for me fa akwanjai so 𝗃𝗶𝗀𝗆𝗃 mo ye mama a very good morning wherever you are. Afternoon greetings from BWF. Thank you.
Sir, midase lawyer Francis. It's for Miss Remo Monche program ne mame why na topic we na hia me because most of us we have spouses somewhere. When I see someone that just say not particularly in the UK here, and we love and I wish say ye be kwa form na o ma be ka ye ho na eto de bia na akwan a ye be fa so ana ndema say ye se ne benya easy ye behu no easy na ya application na be to asoma na say e be successful no ya na ye nta enhu papa into this the time ye this such a topic ba na dodo na mo pese mo nkofa mo ho kafo ana mo busuafo partner ana say wo yire ana wo kunu no ebeka ho wa ha no kwan a obefa so a ebe successful no eno na ye ba be di ho dwuma nti mesere mo na mo mfrefre na mo share program now. Let me see you sharing because me won say mo share so no enko enim kakra. Please keep sharing for me damase mo amaba Facebook ne so nyina nso nyame nhyira mo after the introduction no say I'll acknowledge you all in pamucho monko so ana munche yo lawyer Francis answer na beko so just 1 minute no nyame ya adoma ochina ye Ghana for Independence Day celebration minim say this year no because of coronavirus no but they are organizing some few things online like Zoom, BB na ebekoso. Inti for way there is just for your ears and non kind program no. Yo, Lawyer Francis, I'll give you the mandate now for you to introduce the topic, and then as usual the reason why we are speaking English, Miss Remo, last week I explained, the other week I also explained yenye who say ye share statistics no ye who say enye Ghana for ye nkwana ya yetie program no, however ye country all right, but main topic no ye explain here na yenya amansa dodo na different country etie ye into ne bi mo ya no mo ntitwi na se into just that 10 minutes now. First 10 minutes no. You be pese you be kane brofo. Yembia we be see ye wo hima kromo so de brofo na ye di try ye hom. Enti se Lawyer Francis be cheche mu wo brofo na. Misremo ya na ye trocho munkatwi misremo nyame ni misremo yemfa brofo no explaining. Enti after that no question bia se wanti bibia se a wo ho kwan se wo be bisa ni twi ana enkran ekwan da ho ope aigbe kra ekwan da ho nanso initially ne de yempo modern na yenka brofo ne kakra na yemma dodo na entiase enti yemedamase se mo etie me na mo atiase ama me yo La Francis. Now let's change our tongue we be see yen dani yen tekrema kakra please. I know we have this topic that we are going to talk about, so I'm going to give you the chance now for you to digest it a bit for us, whilst I also have some few questions that I'm going to ask you, and then after that we allow or give the chance to the audience and the viewers and the listeners to ask their questions. So over to you, Lawyer Francis Wadaroma.
Thank you very much, MANYE T, once again. I extend my greetings from BWF Solicitors to our cherished listeners who are on the various platforms, Facebook, wherever you find yourself watching us on GN Radio. Before I introduce our topic for today, what I'm going to talk about is there is about one or two updates from the Home Office, and I would like to share with our listeners and our viewers as well. What I would like to start with is we've got something we call, the Home Office introduced something we call a statement of change to the Parliament. That was yesterday, being on the 4th of March 2021. And whenever such things happen, it's normally from the Minister of Border and Immigration, Minister for Future Border and Immigration, who is in the person of Kevin Foster, who normally does that statement of change and send it to, on behalf of the Home Office, and send it to Parliament to debate and come out with the implementation. So we picked two things from that statement of change, being we think is a major thing we need to discuss with our various viewers and listeners as well. And the first one is what it relates to something we call the changes to make it easier to recruit health and care staff, because I think it would be good if they consider that looking at the current situation in UK here, being the coronavirus. So they came out with something they think is best. We have to attract more health care workers or healthcare staffs to man their economy in terms of the NHS bit, what is going on. So what they introduced is, we were looking at the previous shortage occupation list they had for us. They've added things like what we can say is pharmacists, laboratory technicians, senior care workers, nursing assistants, and others. But the thing is, they are more into a new shortage occupation list they've introduced. They've sent it to Parliament for them to debate and approve it. So hopefully, as time goes on, the outcome, we will let our viewers and our listeners know about it. That's one bit of what we picked. The other one is, I think, will benefit our students, graduates who are yet to complete their course, and postgraduate and doctorate level. What this entails is called the graduate visa scheme. We've been talking about it since last year, and finally the minister in charge, being Kevin Foster, also sent a statement of change to Parliament. That was yesterday, for them to debate and implement it. So at the moment, what we can say is, when you look at the graduate scheme, it's all about those graduates who are already here, pursuing their courses. Upon completion of their courses, they can make an application. What I'm trying to say is, they are saying this graduate visa application, the main purpose or the main reason why behind all this graduate visa application is the UK economy wants to attract more graduates to man the economy. So on that basis, they make sure that whenever such things or whenever these things come out, or whatever they want to implement to help the economy, they will first discuss, debate, and realize the sort of outcome it will help the UK economy. So on that basis, they gave this research to some people, some organization called Migration Advisory Committee. And they also digested it and came out with recommendation to the Home Office. Alongside that, Home Office have got their prediction regarding how many graduates they want them to man the economy. They anticipate that for the year 2030, they are expecting 600,000 on the basis of a research from International Education Strategy, who came out with this figure to let the Home Office that if in case you want to allow the graduate people to stay in UK upon the completion of their course, this is how much you're going to produce for the next 20, 30 years. So on that basis, they try or they organize, and this normally goes with political strategy or political opinion or political aims or objectives, what they want to achieve for the economy. So they realize that this point-based system we are bringing into the system, we are targeting the graduates, the skilled workers to man the economy. So on that basis, we have to consider creating an application for graduate visa. After the statement of changes to the Parliament, upon approval from Parliament, it is going to take effect from 1st of July 2021. And there are criteria, eligibilities you need to meet. We will pick this topic in future and digest and see who are eligible and those who are not. So on that basis, our update for today is on the basis of graduate visa and also the new healthcare occupational list they've introduced to Parliament for them to have a look at it and approve it. So let's come to our main topic for today.
Okay.
That's how to apply as a spouse to come into UK if you are living abroad. This topic has been things we need to digest for those who are settled here or British people who are here and they want to bring their spouse to join them here. It's not only British people, it's not only those who are settled here. EU people who are already here with even limited leave before 31st December 2020 can also apply on this route to bring their spouse as well into UK. So let's look at the requirements that they need to fulfill this application. This application has been there for a long time, but it seems people are not taking opportunity out of this application, especially those with a British citizen and especially those who are settled here. And just recently, they've added the EU nationals who are already having limited leave or indefinite here can also make an application towards that. It could be under Appendix EU or the immigration rules per se. So let's look at first what we talked about, what we're going to discuss about eligibility criteria. Normally, the way Home Office have done their immigration rules, they've classified the requirements under eligibility and suitability. First, let's look at the eligibility bits of the visa application for spousal. When we look at this eligibility, you have to meet something we call relationship requirement. When we talk about relationship requirement, what does it entail? First, we have to know that you being the sponsor, when I talk about the sponsor here, you are the EU, either EU national, or you are a person settled here, or you are a British citizen. So on that basis, when we talk about the relationship, have you met your spouse? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Fine. If you met it, what are the arrangement, are you married to your spouse or not? You have to show, in this case, the relationship, you have to show that you are married to your spouse, wherever that person is. So what are you going to use to show whether you are married to your spouse or not? Obviously, it's the marriage certificate. And we have to know that, is the marriage still genuine and subsisting? Because these are the things we think or we overlooked at it, especially the genuine and subsisting. Because if you don't take care, you end up, or the Home Office will say, no, I don't see the marriage being genuine and subsisting. And on that basis, I suspect something we call marriage of convenience. For immigration rules, you want to bring the person here. That's the marriage of convenience. So we have to make sure that the marriage is genuine and subsisting. And also, another thing they look at it is the age-wise. Be that in order to contract a marriage, at least both parties have to be over 18. So these are the things, the relationship side, you have to meet. Let's talk about the second one, being the financial bit. The financial bit, I will personally put it aside for now and go into details. So you have to meet the financial bit as well. And also, the third one you have to meet is the English language. The English language is another thing they're expecting, because UK economy, the way they've done it in such a way that whenever you come in here, they're expecting you to adapt with the economy, their system, the way of life they live here. So you're not going to say you can't speak the English in such a way that when you are offered a job somewhere and they ask you to communicate in English, you find it difficult. So on that basis, if you are the spouse and they've applied for visa and you come in here, before the visa, they're expecting you to do the English language at level A1. And here, there are a lot of exemptions if you can show. These are fine. You might say, no, I've got a first degree. And they will ask you, where did you have your first degree? You have to show them, is it overseas or abroad? If it's overseas or abroad, you have to show, or you have to let a group organization in UK here called 𝗬𝗟𝗡 UK to assess your academic and transcript to see whether it meets the English language standard. And also, if you had your education in UK here with your first degree, postgraduate and others, you don't need to go or use your certificate to assess to 𝗬𝗟𝗡 and that of. On that point, you meet the English language requirement. And also, the next or the last bit of the requirement we're going to talk about is adequate accommodation. And this adequate accommodation is normally on the part of the sponsor. You are bringing your spouse. Where you live in, is it going to create overcrowded? But hopefully, under the Housing Act 1985, 1 bedroom is even enough for you and your spouse to live in over there. So as long as you're able to meet all these things, then hopefully you can make that application to Home Office. And that application is a bit and pieces together in such a way that you have to even do the tuberculosis test. Because you are coming UK for more than 6 months, you have to do that tuberculosis test as part of the requirement. And also you have to pay for something we call IHS, being immigration health surcharge as well, and the Home Office fee. Currently, the IHS fee is $1,560 for 30 months. And also, what you have to do, or the application fee as well, is $1,523. And this, let's say if you are in Ghana, it is equivalent to $1 rate. So that will, on that very day you are processing the application, online application, it will convert the dollar rate into a pound for you to make that payment. So we have to be very careful about the rate, how the rate keeps changing as well. So let's come back to what we call the financial requirement.
Okay.
The reason why I left the financial requirement late is it entails a lot. And you need to meet that requirement. Let's start with what normally, if you are in a benefit year UK, the sort of benefits that cascade you for not to meet the financial requirements. These are, if you are in receipt of something we call carer's allowance, you don't need to meet the financial requirement. Another one is if you are in disability living allowance as well, severe disablement allowance, you don't need to meet the financial requirement. Industrial injury, disability, disabled benefits, you don't need to meet the financial requirement. I'm talking about if you are the sponsor. And also, if you are in receipt of attendance allowance, you don't need to meet the financial requirement. Not these things. You might happen you were a police officer, and on that basis, you got injured. If you've been offered police injury pension, you don't need to meet the financial requirement. Okay. And also, if you are in the armed forces and they've offered you armed force independence payment, you don't need to meet the financial requirement if you bring in your spouse here. So these are the benefits receipts you are that can help you not to meet the financial requirement. But let's come to whereby you're supposed to meet the financial requirement. The financial requirements are in such a way that you need to, you the sponsor, if you bring in your spouse, you need to meet 18,600 per annum. That's the gross. It's not the net, it's rather the gross. We need to be careful about that. So in this case, if you are, let's say, I am an employer, I am an employee, and I want to meet the financial requirement, I have to meet the 18,600 per annum. In order for you to, the rules or the requirement says that you have to show your 6 months pay slips, 6 months bank statement. So when you look at it, you work it out of the 6 months pay slips, does it meet the 18,600? So half of 18,000 will be 9,000 something. So your first pay slips will determine whether you meet the 18,600 or not. Let me be cautious about this 18,600 because we always look at it that how can I raise that 18,600 to meet the financial requirement? As I said earlier, this is a gross, it's not the net. The net is after they've taken the tax and the national insurance. So before they take that national insurance and the tax, this 18,600 must be met. But we look at it in such a way that because of the coronavirus concession which is going on and which has affected all sort of employment in this country, the Home Office have incorporated something we call coronavirus concession. The meaning of this is that, let's say you want to go and bring your spouse from, let's say, Ghana, and all of a sudden, because of your employment issue, you can't meet the 18,600, being from March now. But when we look at back before the coronavirus season, being March 2020, before March 2020, you were working hard, you were earning a lot. And on that basis, you can prove that you meet the 18,600 before the coronavirus. The Home Office coronavirus concession allowed the caseworker or the decision maker to consider that. And also, let's say whilst you are working, you haven't got enough money, but your employer has some sort of put you on furlough. That one as well, the Home Office will look at the sort of percentage they pay you out of the furlough, and they will work it out, taking it to be, instead of the 80%, they will take it to be 100% for you to meet the financial requirement. And there are so many ways of meeting the financial requirement. One is from your employment. The other one is from you being a self-employed, because the self-employed is another issue. If you don't look at it well, you get it wrong. Because the self-employed, you have to make sure that you file your tax returns, and it should be the last 2 years for them to take average of it and see whether you meet the financial requirement or not. Here, we call something S302. These are the things the HMRC used to assess. So you have to produce all these things as a self-employed as part of your application, whether you meet the 18,600 or not. And the other one was one us to, if you're a company director as well, you have to show your tax you paid and all these things. Also, what we have to look at it in terms of, let's say, I've got pensions and that kind of thing. You can also use them as part of the financial requirement. But what I'm more interested is, we are into some sort of, we always look at it that, oh, lawyer, I've got my savings and that. How can I use my savings to finance someone to come into UK, being my spouse? Because the savings calculation is also a bit not easy or not straightforward, if I may put it that way. Because when you look at the savings, if you, the sponsor, you've got some savings over there, the calculation on the savings thing is saying that at least you being the sponsor, you have to make sure that you have enough savings in order to sponsor your partner. And the figure involved is somewhere about 62.5, that's 62,500 in order for you, because there is a calculation over there for us to, if I try to go in, but I think the callers, our people might not get what I'm trying to say. So for now, MANYE T, what I would like to say is these are the sum up of what you have to make, that's the requirements in order for you to make an application for your spouse to join you in UK here.
Okay, Lawyer Francis. I had some few questions in mind, but as you were explaining further, I was just getting my answers. All right. You know, with the financial aspect of the whole thing, sometimes it's kind of tricky, but I think you've covered it as much as possible for us to understand the details. But let me ask this just simple question. You know, when it comes to showing the 18,000, that aspect alone, I really want the viewers or the listeners to get the meaning properly, because someone may ask, I earn 18,000 a year, but calculating the 18,000, the way I understood it, if I'm earning 18,000, so when they divide that 18,000 into, for instance, 12, then probably I'm getting like 1,002 or 1,000 for a month. So on my pay slip, and if I have that gross 1,000 for a month, and they are doing their calculation, would they automatically know that? Then that, when you calculate that times the 12, that is where I'm earning the 18,000, or I must have exactly 18,000 in showing in the account before they will accept it? If you understand my question a bit.
Yeah, if I had it right, you're trying to find out whether the 18,600 has to be sitting in your account on that very day you are making application.
That is what somebody is thinking, because I've just had one text message on that.
Okay, yeah, that's right. What the law or what the financial requirements entails is, it doesn't mean that your 18,600 has to sit in your account in order to make the application.
Okay.
Because when we look at it, it's not all of us that work and save the money. Some are used to pay the bills. Some are used to pay our rent, council tax, our daily routine. But they want to know that, does this money comes to you every month?
Okay.
If it comes to you, definitely you also let it go out on your part of your expenditure and your expenses. But they want to know that this money comes to you. That's what you've been paid every month.
Okay.
That's what they want. But they don't want the situation whereby you said, it's sitting in my account.
Exactly. Okay. So it doesn't really matter if I get 18,000 a year, or I break it down, I get like 1,004, 1,005 a month, and I spend everything. So at the end of the month, I'm still under zero, or maybe £100 left in the account. But you can read that from the statement. Would that affect me? That maybe I spend almost all my money. So will I still be able to look after somebody? Because if just an individual like me wants my husband to come to me and I'm earning 18,000, yes, but when I spend my expenditure, you could see from the statement that it really goes to zero. So one person, I'm spending more than 1,005 because of expenditure or expenses I've got. Would that affect me, or it doesn't really matter?
Well, MANYE, in this case, let me be a bit frank with the figure. The figure is 18,600, not 18. Okay. So in this case, yeah, if the money comes into your account and you've been spending your money all the time, nothing stops you or you saying, I can't make that application. Okay. What the Home Office look at it is, when we look at it from the last 6 months, where is your source of income?
Okay, constant.
Where is it coming from?
Okay.
You see, so when it comes in, the way you spend your money, they're not looking at that side.
Thank you. That's all I want to know. Thank you. Yo, it's here for, I think, 𝗃𝗶𝘀𝗧𝗧 no sisia, senior lawyer, 𝗃𝗶𝘀𝗀, Sarah. I have GN Radio, ni jumedi ayedi, BWF Solicitors for ni GN Radio, legal hours, so anyway, munyaba meka se mi di MANYE team, munyaba ma lawyer, 𝗃𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗏 kasa, lawyer Francis, owa hanum say, anuanum ni adofo, telephone numbers ni bebia to me 0203-735-8820 and I say 0203-2860185. Mr. Ofrena say obi woso a no enya abotre kakra why na dodo na nso pese omonso yeti omo asem ye WhatsApp na mesimi no ayedi dwuma no ba ko ye 077-879-39958 and abaako no ne de ya na me de ka ho kekese ne be ya be easy traffic no 07596620154 enti ofre na obi wo so a ya no enya abotre nso kakra na Owusu na unso wakasa lawyer Francis ye be twen phone calls na answer na be come more questions be ye miense bia ye de asoma me baako say e can spouse sponsorship here. Udi ka explaining kakraye nurse mi wo wenua ba bi wo Ghana o ye nurse we wie ni nursing school sisi practicing in nurse kakra na enya ba ne say wenya just our boyfriend, let me put it on worry dear or boyfriend on any twitwin comment a man ni agi se onyayanka obebaha na boy isusu on worry no onye ne hwe ye telephone komone WhatsApp videos ni ade nti we say mean to me enka ne yie na ne wo mo say apart from say obenya sponsorship license obi company bi wa ha obe invite no through ni way no say ayembia oni bi saa ono ankasa betumi aye application ti say nurse say opese oba be ye ni nurse ya na obe ye ni practice no ewa ha kwan bi da ho saa bibi bia obetumi aye ana enam saa point base bibi wo ha obetumi aye ana
yo manyati there what honey say sa point based system no omama yanya intiasie wo hu say before say obi be employ wo ewo UK ha no I was say umiti da omo criteria no
okay
enti criteria no ye hwemu na wo kan say nurse na dia na I was say o meti
okay
aya na omo ka say every job bia person will apply bia no under the occupation shorted list no e wone ho code I would say o hwe na we meet criteria na wona say
okay
inti ye hwe say yi question ya we dey about we say owo oyeness e wo Ghana ni na say for I don't know so opinion na more opinion be as a professional nurse na
just we school me name there but we nursing what can say or
because when we school if you want to because so your service and so now registered as a nurse in Asifo.
Okay.
And no but there yeah mommy go through some point based system no mom say na be ya a tie for mom tie e be pick sa your criteria no there ya almost say who person who ba bibi sa first thing I was say wunya bibi a your friend no way license sponsor because license sponsor no and no actually say why apply to maybe NHS be wahanomo why apply and who say who recruit to who apply straight to them
okay
so inti omono and a better say ye pewana ye mpel
okay
inti so omo pewa ombe pe license na ma ombe apply the license through home office now with the amount the why application aba
mate
so and the other requirement or more expecting say was skill level no I will say meet almost standard so anything I mean because I say well we in nursing no why service or practicing your money pina na but ni nyina gina adwuma omo pe NHS for no ha na epe so meet almost standard na omo requirement almost skill level na bibia nsi omo kwan say e wo say omo emwa ma wunya de say wo pe
okay nti ye fa ne say we nya ni pin na ma wa register ni skill level ni chese we nya ni registered nursing pin na ma na ho no ye fa free ho a ye be ko ne sen
yo ye fa free ho a what the TN say e wo say we nya adwuma no
okay
say adwuma no wa ha no say NHS say okay me per nurse a free Ghana
okay
inti nurse no normally I know with the far agencies and now so more open up to the world
right
it is one difference either agency or open up to the world now I apply
okay
now omo pel o skill no mo fu say o meet omo criteria the omo pen na ombe boa ama waje o license no why and I know na nya no kwa I was so meet almost standard of English no and no at the moment level B1 intermediary
okay
inti I was so meet no inti sa me nsa we kaboma under the point based system no 50
no near 50 oh
and no 50 and no your friend of mandatory requirement
okay
and a tradable one whereby fine I was so meet 70 inti ebia ye share ni akase okay ye fawa ye be ma osikase ye be tua okase inti meet the minimum requirement na and also no na aye 20 points account
mo
enye no pe ebi wo qualification bi wo na was through than the omo pe na and also no ye be hwe ho ama wakatua.
Okay.
In the tradable one, it can be picked at anywhere. In order for you to meet the 70 points, for you to qualify to get when visa na the back room. Why?
Yo, utie mpa antino ebekọ na sum etie for numbers aye didi dwuma no ensesa ye no aye 0203-735-8820 and I say 0203-2AC0185 ye wa ha no ma ye discuss here na emfa ho say uni question wo ho lawyers de omo baabia say ni American BWF Solicitors ye ba ha Lawyer Francis or to me answer question bia anti so question bia emfa ne ye kan ho a bacho epopo utibra na be bisa wo question ne ma me why na Lawyer Francis enyiwa no yo Lawyer Francis me second question aja ye de asoma me ba konso na oware 𝗃𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗏 kama bi efre EU kromo Ratch ne natna ha afi broso beye mefan se beye in do 2 years or motna ye na afi de entokwa start ye na papei etu ye efi maami fie papei ti krom ha nanso owo bron foforo na menua be nso wo bron foforo yo omatna se like aware ne kunkun ho chese ewo mu ane akasa fo nso kakra afi de near to a for the past 1 year near no papa ne mfi maami bio because say baby okosha ye no obi achi na kundon na che say wakonyo ba foforo bi eneneti nti atomenua be adwendwen sesi a we twa 3 years ni obeme na ono nso feel say ni anoma ekwe obeme nya ade obesan aba na echi ono nso ye oba opese otwetwe etwa ne ho enti obisa se ne o de befa divorce kwan so se ne ebe ya o twa ne ho a ne tirimu fan wetumi etwetwa ne ho na akoba ne se 3 years ne nansa na atese o ma ware nya 3 years pepe Valentine's wan o se after first match sorry nya Valentine first match no mo nya 3 years aware ni mo asese o pese o divorce ena obisa mi se o divorce papa yi a obeye den onim bebi o watete se oti oba nche wo krom ha na onim address no of friend nso a block no enti obeye den na se o divorce a na etre okopa ni indefinite nso a obeye den menua be oye nurse oye adwuma e wo hospital chese waye adwuma fiti yomo ware ya nje so no agina ne ho so on depending on obema ne biom mesrewo ne chances ye saying se oja no ene a no ko renew how na be affect no afenso opeso otoa ne school ni so na okoye masters na obisa so okoji financial hwan bi nso a how is it going to affect her mpacho we maye ehu enimdie kakra
yo o kasana o se one natna and I say aware na di 3 years me bo
we did 3 years match okay. First match ya nya
your friend be no retention of right.
Okay.
But I was saying say opeso ko jaya ware answer and na said then
says this year or no ho papa of we blocking no na say ono so ni gidie no we share obema like ono so person twenfa ne zenye so okwa akoware obi foforo but opeso twetwa ne ho na oda so shekawa no oni tirimo ntene no enti opese ojai papa na onya kwa atwa ne ho yi na eno na obi sa me say na say eba ne sa na ojai na okorenew a ebe affect no ana affect no ono ankasa betumi agina ne ho so e de renew enya ne indefinite and honey question no and afenso opese oto school ni so na okoji is a financial way ni kra home
okay student
finance no and also no ebe bona na
yeah share ye new question because now me person me who say me then start here free our jaya na say me then twa so free say we jaya warranty there na the chances it here.
Okay, onjai.
Onjai.
Be onjai afe no person onjai.
Yo, sir, onjai first thing the mechanic say we say onjai.
Okay.
Ojaya obetumi make application be a friend or retention of right. Inti sa retention of right no ewo the criteria we say we meet. Ebi ni saying sir aware na the 3 years. Ebi ni saying sir woni be ma na tena 1 year. Okay, inti sa utre sa nyoma we a ubetumi make application be a friend on the basis say woni be manager aware na say wo na ugina o de wo mu and I say we are former and I say we are ex family SEA national family member. Okay, into on that basis we bet to me make application until we make application now say 3 years now watch them say be a undi 5 years Obasa started the 5 years again. Okay. But so when the 5 years now to me prove ube nya indefinite now will come once no. Okay. Into on that basis no now we say opese oko school na no so no say no besi agi omu student finance ni bi. Student finance no a whole requirement I will say we meet and no a different issue altogether. Okay. The any basic requirement ni say I will say we say on grata and I went to Nakroma 3 years. Okay. It on that basis no be assess no man will say who qualify and I say won't qualify. Why? Right,
you. Into just say oh here or be manage to do these things.
What say all your application now? Home office they are more per ni say the NHS say uni you now wo. Okay. But one thing idea ya dema nipa no make application is say obi a me ne jai aware on fa ni your mama me. Yes. E ma me ko your application no. Ono. Inti honi say no case law wo ho no ma obetimi use e dey defend the case. Okay. Say case law they say a friend or a Barnett and others say home office who ye nina national ID and I send the passport payer. Now worry jaya ba. Eya na dey say ye national day new money be money say on fan koye application. Into on that basis now say home office consider. Why?
Yo, where there were two dear Benny, dear. Yo, many about see me. Okay, yenya odophobia woman. So good morning, Miss Kafra, with Naswache. I hope so. That's what dear. What by GN radio you may day 0 number say did you ma 0203735820. If I was saying now, what can I frame?
Auntie.
Good morning.
I'm chair Francis.
Francis, Pacho, we didn't make no say one tear.
I'm Pacho, my friend Kwame.
Kwame, you, La Francis, Kwame, see your chair.
Yo, Kwame, so what poem?
Yes, well, do more, me hoy, and I won't swear.
I don't know.
Damiadom, that's it.
And that is what I say, you. A Pacho, na, never send me say, on the 31st new trip, yeah. Some worry or more. Family members na nko so komode unua yane omman bana omu twem text no in fact that's right nancy na me hwe omu sase no mo say mo yes application you know say on refuse mo we've got the right or a review or the right to go to court. Refuse na me kafe after 31st no sa ya omo dia ba say omo be ma approve obi late no na say wa anya no 31st no kra ensan say mo dia ba say obetimi the court no appeal. So which me and say was which me application no not court or market challenge on one another that because of the we can document the and then management want to submit within time. So general no kwa so the refuse wa mama appeal after obetim da kokota ko challenge in case what unya leba. That's right.
Your friends, my name is 𝗬𝗃𝗚𝗏 𝗀𝗽𝗹𝘆.
Na 𝗃𝗶𝘀𝗧 mama mbusa de say opeso hu say you for abusua you refuse your application after 31st you know. Omo right of appeal and as administrative review no. Omo betumi akoso ana. Me ba cho say na opeso ochre.
Aha, sama better me that. So say ebi aban 31st now falling now on 21st no. Maybe 20th January. So be
aye later na. Ubreki pacho obetumi agina baby different hair. Friends say what ya o say obisa when to me amfa appeal na review na ntum before 31st no di to mu maybe after that no still aye late and I say ebetumi akoso.
Yo uhwe ye nua question ya opeso say your man right of appeal when to me make it on time. But opeso also make ya ombeja tuma na munjintum ana meboa
ka hobi em say sa pacha wo
yeah me hope but I don't know about it then make sense ma omo to 31st na I was saying I was to finally be out to show me me worry you nti me na me nua no e ba na document ni ready no so man to me submit it by 31st no na say me submit it no 20th February and I said me submit no and no chia I'm say it's the time my appeal no to me the atum omo refuse wa challenge appeal no one very clear
Manyati break you but
break it but
I don't know say bia maybe na me question here sir ebi omo refuse to appeal no after 31st you know and documents be no omo refuse to here na afen when your document na dey make application obisa say obetumi ayesa na me boa
baby original ne dey enya kra o
enya kra o
enya
break into na yes sisi akasa
okay na ti what make am
koso
what make am
bacho koso
okay sa 31st na omo deadline by say yeah bushua for no I was say ke don't buy it no for o mama no by the 31st no amre na o the right of appeal even though now o ka 31st no was the last day no so want me anye so we no 𝗃𝗏𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗧 we the last month even though now so ka we no 31st now one fan call
and
see na o mama o appeal no o mama mo appeal so o mo refuse wa utumi o mama o appeal the date no utumi yes fresh application so o mo refuse wa ko train ko kotara
okay
yo kwa mi mami musa die ntina wentimi anye appeal no
okay na enye appeal class na ye can say new one they know say na me try the no entumi amma at the right time no the mentumi amfa mama o mentumi am submit application no by 31st of December.
Okay. Yo kwa me dia tie ni say sir who yes application no na Omama right of appeal. Na right of appeal near 28 days to make the appeal. Inti honu say no. And who try information be our person they appeal no, but information no it wasn't forthcoming. To say the DNA now work on. In this case, no, who make key application for the application for now who make key, so who refuse to honor number determines who right of appeal and now say who need right of appeal, but who administrative review. Into honor, I was say a trainer decision neighbor. Nature say application Nancy why you refuse to you be my right of appeal and now say you be my BWF administrative review. Into how they be decide say na obey and I say na obey. Why?
Oh, you. Mate. Why? Mate.
Yes, yeah, that's it, Papa.
Yeah, that's right.
Yo, yes, yeah. Yes, darling.
My friend today, why?
Yo, Mate. Miss me that's it. Bye.
Bye, manate.
Yenua Bema Kwame, Kafra, one out national Kafra, Mami Connecto na Unama ende with 4762. Wuna idu so. Your friend was saying Nampacha Okasa friend.
Hello, Mama. Good morning.
Very good morning to you.
I just friend me Equia.
Sister Kiampacha Koso.
But already situation be now scenario be now already a few a year no me bra would sad situation in the muna I say more they are still trying to sort it out but I am say you know I say they want to say any ejuma enti na kan mi busa amane say lawyer Francis busa e kan be say utimi prove say at least matter now 1 year. No, okay, but almost 2 years in Tinanka or Pesu, say, in case of something like that, and near my baby son, I'm betting a generous to the now, should it be said, yeah, for instance, say be a proof of address, maybe a utility bill, and I say, even if omunya any proof of address, they separately, they live under the same roof now. No, okay, Patron, can I maybe because I say, I was in a time, say, Obana and Shadan, you know,
okay, Lawyer Francis. I got Tommy the Subi.
Yo, Osha, they not make many manati na or raising the say, our Eddie 3 years, and at least was some approval, say, or Martina for 1 year. Now, Osha, sir, requirement, yeah. Emrane say under the retention right, I was say, my warrior no the 3 years. And at least Martina for 1 year. And a Martina for 1 year, no, BBA would debate me actually and say, and yet I was say a joint BBA woman me dimu. On Nipa Baku bet me at the BBA Basse, way wo me dimu.
Okay.
And Chese Chinchina or Barney Bemano, they have a joint name under one roof for another bisa. There be Obet Miaka said, me bank statement, Chese Minkwami dinner also. Council tax, Ebia Minkwana Michia, utility bill, Ebia Minkwana Michia. So, this doesn't mean, say, I will say, I have some joint proof of address. As long as you're able to meet the straight requirement, it means a relationship now lasted for 3 years. And at least now for 1 year, no, you can make an application for retention of right. But the problem is that ABA, Obano, Emfa, Ninyoma, and supported Bemano. Ebini say in the ID, the national ID, and now I say the passport. And no, I see case law or honma, you bet me a Owusu, and their defenders are beating. Why?
Okay, now in this case, no, only 3 years, no, until na or year way or show retention of right, no. Say retention of right near after say when you 3 years, and
yes, yeah,
right. No. 2 or see 2 years mwene na ntokwa nti ase menti me ho ase na abemu no nti oho so oko prove say ampa no moti at least for 1 year na so onu enya nyoma I prove so otisa address na so osanya obema no nso nioma kakra no nso kire se otisa address na ana say oho prove no na me well this how I understand so no sa na obisa ne dia lawyer Francis
so sa na obisa ne dia ono na ebe kire se na omote sa address yi
okay
so ena uka uka wasem no osi wonye nya 3 years. When you are 3 years now, that means a meeting requirement. No?
Meet.
Yes.
Omujaya on to me engina on one hoso na on fine.
Debbie, I was saying, or finding other route I'll bet media regularizing the state. Why?
Okay, yo, ain't mammy queer on pacho, or tenny lawyer Francis Kana, and say, be no one tear send some Mr. Obi to me as an Afribium. Yo, other for one who must so pacho a higher GN radio, what basson a frozen na o case free. Pay your voice, Kakrama, me why?
Pacho friend auntie na me pacho me pese me bisa asem ma asem ne se bia wo ba krom hanom no oni obi ye aware na aware na o ba ye no aware na bu fie ne mum wo ba no on krata mu e che wo krom asaba aware na enkrata na aware no certificate no so on sa I would be a job. I will see the aba. It is no better than waiting near my half from say our reno when in you view. And I say, me jai, name mono and kata send me to me a certificate near from me chair home. A fine bench on a fashion. And no name my send this.
Yo, auntie, hello?
Yes.
Yo, auntie, dear Tiani say, home office, Oba and our mom when you are aware, say, what warrior? Say, will be busy, son, if any change of circumstance. I was all born, mamma, dear. But Oba man, dear, say, what jar warrior no? I was there, the unbearable say, dear Ben, a chess away jar warrior. I was saying we had divorce certificate. So I was no Waha. I was saying we should be a friend decree absolute. Into until say, what is our no more way I got your mono? Won't to me if I were no pet and can't show me some jar warrior. Why?
Bachaote.
Bachai, Matthias.
Okay, you.
International certificate now, but they are not say our region on TS meja our
na mama say wo de wanu kekoko ka say meja ware dia hwan na ejiedi won say kuma de bibia ni evidence ni proof enti no e ba na ya no nko ade a ene me kra be ka say me British ni abra me British enti no bacho we dey ask them yes you need proof
me bacho na me question to me no so ne say wa ba hanom when you be for net wa ha wo mtu aware dem say dem make na but me petrol mo say aware na egu but me you be for net wa ha no nipa na me ne say no mo hwe so e ma me bosomi entia enti eno na chi no say me ye reapplication no eno no sa aware na me nya e be affect me ana affect me.
Who's in the power on anything? About woman. Yeah, in any panel soon near the ma, yes, Bunny mom near the ma. Why?
Okay.
Yeah, into on that basis, you know, only the panel crana, only worry. Because Imran say, you can form run the way CTN say, what about the catch home office say, oh, ban, what worry? Into what warrior? What about the show be what happened? A man say, so person worry for fra. I was say we jai dada no worry for fra. It doesn't matter, say, when back no, I will back. The only thing is, fine, we better mean that now as unmarried partner. But the problem is, we record this way at that home office, no. A chair say, what worry? Auntie, I what the embassy mission.
Me pacho
Auntie, Ubani Smoke Nanya de Mao, and any pana on it. Why?
Okay, so may I apply for second me career renewal and the affect me. Me that.
There be still a Ubani na be you soon, and yet Nipana on it no. Why?
Me that se pa nyame sham.
Yo, yegusu and Crawford kakra line. So now let me quickly read this question, Miss Raymond Pacho. Mama, me 1 minute. My question is, if someone is inviting a spouse from Ghana, can they add their child benefit money as part of their income? Yeah, question dear. La Francis.
Yo, me bubo financial requirement, you know. Make a benefits be a ubeti be a UC. But it's rather unfortunate say man bubo benefit be a ultimate UC.
Okay.
It is a young share benefit cra ultimate a UC. FA application, you know. Okay. Ebini says or child benefit ultimate UC. Inti sena uka odie say child benefit na okuta. I'm afraid say we say umiti financial requirement no. Any child benefit pe ebi so ye working tax credit and universal credit.
Na untimi mfa nka ho.
And untimi mfa nka ho as part of your financial requirement. Why? Okay. Even unemployability allowance kra no omo mfa nka ho. Yeah. Why?
Hello.
Online so what online so na edu so your friend say na o kase friend pastor.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel from Manchester. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Emmanuel. Please go on.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel from Manchester, and my question is with regard to visa application for myself and my wife.
Okay.
So I am a student and I am on student visa. And my wife came to UK as my dependent.
Right.
And very soon my visa will expire. But before then, about 3 to 6 months ago, my wife got a permanent job in a healthcare sector as support worker. And I came to realize that student visa doesn't count towards settlement. So I don't know, is it possible for my wife to, or for us to switch to my wife's visa? Because I checked online and I didn't see the type of job she's having under Tier 2 visa also, but she's into health support work. So my question is it possible for us to switch my visa so that the visa will start counting towards settlement?
Emmanuel, let me ask a quick question. When is your visa expiring?
It will expire by the end of this month.
Oh, ending of this month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when is your course due? When is your course over?
My course is over because I'm applying for renewal of visa. My course will be over by the end of February 2021.
Oh, ending of February 2021. Then it's over now.
Yeah. Sorry, 2022.
2022. Yes,
yeah, 2022.
You got us confused. Yeah, 2022, Lara Francis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I renew visa now, it will take me till February 2022. So I'm thinking of, I don't want a situation whereby I will apply for visa extension and then come to realize that, yeah, I can use my wife visa, which means maybe spending money separately to switch to another visa. Why not just go directly with my wife's visa and apply under her as her dependent and continue my studies? That is what my plan was. I don't know if it is possible.
Oh, okay. Emmanuel, what it is it's not possible. Your wife is rather depending on you. Because on that basis, because of you, that's the reason why they issue your wife a visa as a dependent. So when you look at the student visa requirements, a dependent would depend on the main student the applicant whom they've issued the visa. So whatever your visa level is, maybe 2 years, 3 years, they're going to issue your wife the same 2-3 years. But here, if your wife is here and she has got a permanent job or some job, she has to go through the skilled worker visa thing, apply and see whether she's going to get a sponsorship. Because here, if she's able to get a sponsorship, they're going to sponsor your wife on a route whereby you can depend on your wife now. But on your basis, being a student visa, I'm afraid you can switch and back to your wife one, unless your wife has applied. Because let's look at how the law operates. You write by saying student visa does not lead to settlement. So on that basis, you are here, after your course, you go away. But let me remind you, coming 1st of July 2021, they're introducing the graduate visa scheme. That tells you that after your completion of your course, being graduate or above, PhD, postgraduate, you have opportunity to apply for the graduate visa. But you have to make sure your visa does not expire before you apply for it. And on that basis, the government has introduced this to help the graduate above in order to get work experience to help the UK economy. If you are a graduate, you're going to get 2 years. If you are a PhD, you're going to have 3 years. So look at that option, which is coming up from 1st of July 2021 as well. But I'm afraid if you're on a student route visa, you can't go for settlement. And if you want to take advantage of the graduate visa one, fine. But that one too, it doesn't lead to settlement as well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. I have someone with the number 4385. Ne chatwo misro. When you do so, your friend say nampacho okasa friend.
Pacho, your friend Alex, because free Nottingham. Good morning.
Morning, Bradley.
Pacho, your friend say me application me bra or Ghana. Man saying ka
I'm Pacho, your friend me mame. Na me free Manchester. Me Pacho, na me say lawyer ne financial winner or my na me bisa say say we invite you if you are ukuna na we Ghana. Come hanum say no. Sika ben na wose unya wo account mo. As for bank statements no. And I think so no.
Pacho, hold on. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. It wasn't you I was referring to, but it's okay. You go on. The person number just went off. Go on.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Pacho from Alex. Me application man me bread Ghana me Italy. But me application man anke umbrella visit to Harry. But go from the ama me home office farm email and that I have to appeal. But the reason was they are telling me I haven't got a settlement scheme, but I have done it.
Yeah, La Francis in Pachoti in your kind.
Alex,
okay.
Alex, who the visitors visa no? Why a lucky somehow appeal, right?
Okay.
Shadia Omu culture say one farmer being the EU settlement scheme no. Now I apply for BWF administrative review. And as so mama appeal talk also appeal no. Na etro mo say sa nyoma na home office ka say onye and being the EU settlement scheme no. Evidence for her faka ho na fa lodge appeal no. Utanye ya enko court kra. Say home office omo entry clearance manager ni reviewer. Obesa sisa decision no. Why?
Okay, Martin.
Okay, yo, Mpacho, Pacho na me fa wo call ND 4385 kafra why na entiase bia me adwuma wo baabi yo mpacho afedo so ma me yankasa.
Me pacho me line take koye.
Yes, yeah, afi mpacho nti.
Na me fan bisa say I say yearly no say na we say unya to qualify say we be invite your spouse. And as it can be na we say we bank account mo a best support to application no UK has say unipa no wo Ghana.
Okay, mpacho abna say wa na yeka say. Mpacho entie wo radio ni mo why tie me wo phone ni mo. Why? Hello? Mommy, oh dear. Yo, said lawyer they can explain initially, no, but MBA or joining halfway the program. Until Francis, bosun temtem manu na onti and wo background into no pacho wadaroma.
Me pacho no see person who financial requirement.
Say wabo bosso, but say when one only and sha sienti one ti honomo.
Yo, sir, Usha Home Office financial requirement now. I was which say over 18,600 per annum gross and your net because you can't net you better tax free near national insurance free. But Home Office said before say you better tax in national insurance every month. I was say winya bibia 18,600. And now 18,600 no. And yes sir I was say that account mu. And yes sir I was say that account mu. Why?
Okay.
Per annum nya wadwuma why no. Who pay slaves 6 months bank statement ye behwe. And no ne be hu say ampa umiti 18,600 no. And now say umiti a obetimi de omoka for aba. Why?
Okay, Obeti. Nti mami sewa anabna sewa question. Oh, sorry, mami sewa question no. Lawyer Francis a year no ama mpacho odofo wa homa so ye fra se na okasa frame.
Mpacho ye frame me 𝗃𝗏𝗦. Manye good morning.
Good morning, mami mpacho.
Lawyer Francis good morning.
Morning na apo man.
Nyame adum me ho ye pa mpacho me wo question ba ko bi no bi. Me pacho me wo ma wo Ghana me pese me di omo bana. Me why British ni.
Yeah.
Oh, line we jina so amade na akate. Enti say obetumi assign afrebium. Obetumi assign afrebium. Lawyer Francis, one question na me bisa wo earlier on abawa na opese obaha no. O say bisabium ne nurse ni na opese o apply for hwan na obaha no. O say bisa say owo ma enti say o apply o application na on fa ne banka ho ana say o so ja nkwala ne later na wa form aba na me si we de me bisa ona wa che me mu kakra.
Yo manyeti who kai say beginning of this year ye can say sponsorship e ho asem no.
Wow, enti na omotutu question e bre me na answer bebreu but omo say ye pese ye tifree lawyer no enti say
oh okay mate. Yeah, so we obi a who make his application no now we dependent because when me pese me see so ye we dependent or spouse obey to me the omaka application no why
no odofo question back ko kan odofo bi wa homa no so me hu say ekuya na mpacho wa homa so
mpacho ekuya mpacho me line kati ya mpacho me why British ni na me wo ma wo Ghana me pese me de omoba na last week program aye me ti say NHS charge no under 18 and 65 for kan ho 17 year number say me bisa lawyer Francis say me pacho with that lawyer fee no so we application ma kwala every Ghana ba uchi asen in all no me pacho be pese me ho
your application first pese akola oba ebeka ho first akola no betua BWF no home office fee pe and I am me say oka say what say last week near ka say akola ye 18 under 18 and I say 65 on tia IHS ayampa So ya kolano less than 18 won't ya immigration health surcharge being IHS. And the only thing kolani betua any application fee alongside lawyer fee betua mano. Inti home office fee akolani betua aye 1,523. In this case, say Ghana na udine akolani free airbar. Ghana we application online omu use dollar rate and omu de check it sadeno. But home office record nature say 1,523. But ebia and echna u make application na se dollar rate ni was ra ebe affect sika obetua equivalent to pound no. Why?
Okay. Lion Pacho, my second question. My question is yesterday. My second question is me Pacho, omone me mahame netina me di omoba mitini de me mahame kanwana.
Yes, over to me, but I no, I was a would trade the entire audio mahame kanwaba.
Okay.
Why?
But last one. Me ejma baby fufuro na mi kunzu ti baby fufuro ti baby ayeti at the moment me ni mi kunwa am addressing na dan ye dan so I have to rent a different place for say me money bomb baby at no mi kuni ti baby am mi ti baby say me den ni amaka ho baby am rent dan ni die na me hia ka ho me pa cho.
Yo, there ube here akoran what is saying?
Then you were 13 at 9.
Yo, first, I was a relationship. Efa onen kolano. Say umma and normally the editor is a way or BWF set. Why? Now say Ghana you be too quiet near your BWF set. In this case, no. There is another way. Who BWF you be advice so say any DNA no HSA your ma. Because BWF set ni nyɛ say you warm within a year now yeah. Best obey DNA now they show relationship. Why? Into relationship.
My question is, you may rent to dino, and young Colana in the last week meeting in and me umbrella, but may rent to dina mean you so, but because baby a miku 1 year, 1 room, as I may rent to baby a me age, man, and miku near London, and I'm small Manchester. Sebe ya, you been a 2.
Asan eko MSN your pay bisane 2 separate address issue na MC yenya similar question bisada ono arenti baby foforo e wo London na e wo Manchester na ni kunu wo London tite se omo ntim bom na obisa eno sa so proof se omo relation omo proof address ana baby on betna na Nia wahi no use so na ebe affect because we use 2 addresses na be affecting anyway. Mami ke minim say question no na maybe some na Lawyer Francis.
Yo, Etisa, yeah,
Lawyer Francis in patch, hold on 1 second, Mami. Why? For say Yemre no ason aka just 10 seconds. Pena mo amutie yen wo radio no so no na teko ene die bini we no radio no na teko nti mesra mo eteko a ye wie die but na ketes nti o se me ma mo asote ansa na akọ na mpamocho ekwa ye wo be just 5 minutes e wo Facebook and so you can just tune in to the Facebook ne so be hu ye live wo hona weti na just after that 5 minutes bi pe ka ho amamona ya summarize bibia ante we de madaro mawai medamase. Okay, Lawyer Francis Bachokoso.
Yo, there atia ni say me te de ukaye na yembesi on de ukaye no.
Okay.
Say be manity baby no ti baby. Exactly. In this case, first question me Obama ni as a lawyer, dey intina ma be manity baby na ti baby. Dey bet me use ni say na juma nti.
Yes.
Me ba cho okay ma.
No ana me be kan na o de aka ho nti no ana no.
Okay. Yo. Ebia na juma nti wakotena London, but weekends bia oba no eho no mu ne ma. In this case, no, over to me a case worker and I say home office decision maker and say me ekunu no adwumanti or to London, but we can be a oba MAS spending weekend together. And now say when to me and Macrana, my name ma ekone ho London. In today's case, no, ni na ye how abeshisha unioma say teach now was say be money or banner etna na omudi make application no. Why?
Yo, Betsy. It's here for say you made any besi na my hodio be ejina so more than 10 minutes in the intimisro yeah answer no quickly na afedie mpatwa mfanto so me pick wo call no. Hello mpatwa wa was
hello MANYE TEÄ,
yeah,
good morning.
Good morning, yes. When me last
me mpatwa me yo me dase me create British by birth and I'm joining in 2012. Okay. Now, me junior sister or nursing training in 10% can me kunu emano invitation over here no besan yako. If we a school, me bisa a lawyer say, enya me kunu busu ni no home office be man kwayama or my invitation na time ben on start process no form ben or be fail na supporting document ya me kunu de be ka ho and my sister no so de be ka ho. Na fe kura no pandemic yi nyina echi no omba grant amanu ana medase.
Why are dear you lawyer Francis?
Yo, dear yenua by busai FOLE Appendix V being a visitor's route no.
Mr. Maintain lawyer nkapapo.
Sir, oh, okay, and yeah, I'll be the question be now found to no until radio no more. Obe bisa the question be ana.
There be me bisa the question.
Yo, on bisa question be e biom timpa cho bet me dey atoso no eti. Why?
Me fa cho you me da say.
Me da say. Okay.
Yo, the yenua by busai FOLE under Appendix V being a visitor's route application. Yo, yenua by person who say ni kunu or ne sister and or person ni kunu money invitation.
Yes.
Me there na me can say men ka say ukunu ka say mu mienu na more money invitation rather than say ukunu no. Inti hono betre relationship one ukunu na o sister no ewo. Inti on that basis no mu mienu na maka muti aboma more money invitation. It doesn't matter say who live near limited mame. Bema no ebe support it.
Okay.
Because my ebi pay bema no support it oba no mane kofa o ma me buy. As a visitor obesra o mo. Inti the tie ne say obe kire say muna mumie no aka muti abom. E na mo pese mo kofa o sister madi be di holidays no say go back. Inti the ya main thing a home office is looking for say why a genuine visitor na because how are you interpreting it? No.
Okay.
So genuine visitor, say oba obeko back na. Inti hono, I was say what say bibi holding the Ghana in such a way say 1 year na you say oba betina kroma. The only thing oba be ni say oba di holidays no wa come back. And a holidays na was what share the NTR. I ain't fan obeko oba money na you say mbesi she dem ya dade. Inti ubeki ka bibi a interesting places say wo UK na case worker also muna say oh okay oba ne itinerary ni the obeye nie inti in this case no mumienu oba no ni kunu no ombe to me sponsor ka say fine ye pese na accommodation ye ni ebe fa ho ka ni plane ticket ye ni ebe fa ho ka
okay
inti all these things no breaking it down HA case worker na did the money na say for ya fa ho ka inti in this case no we pay slaves no bank statement I was so more okay so enough money would the best sponsor been so o sister o Ghana o ni sika bidi na si ni sika e kama and no so no betimi aka say metwa Miami ticket I was say what with the bank statement.
Okay.
Sir, sika e wo mu nie, me plane ticket menya kakrawa e dey shopping in as for. Into all these things ne evidential basis.
Okay.
because when you na ukanaka say oh you didn't bank statement to ma na I saw red.
Yes.
No beka to say na say scan him depending what me to ticket. Into one thing Obusane said documents ben obey here and for how long that be and a time ben is or the two. No first share say application way there are home office who come website or beka to say I was say 3 months before you're traveling. Okay. And Osha yes application where your online application who call the government www.gov.uk/visit visa. Into be online form no abra baby be online. Oh yeah, a home office or straight. But ubetia visit visa application fee. And a visit visa application you will ties be 6 months there or 2 years there or 5 years for. If the obe choose no and who sika wo ha obetia. Yo, share documents or they be attached. Yeah. Documents or they be attached and they be saying first I was say a relationship on any sister no. Yes, ABR no the birth set. Ni sister ni birth set. Na share relationship. And a biomuso no be mana or ya British near supporting no. I was say and also the copy of the passport. And our sister not here and only bear managing on only immigration status or the work room or so they come. And our baby or mutino accommodation wise, I was saying so mucho. Say a tenancy agreement I was so more come a mortgage and so I was so they come. And Bermana or didn't be a new sponsor no. I was so much more bank statement. Okay. To show says Sika or her or more the best supporting Nipana or bar on my bedding today. Obey public fund in a say for. Yeah. In today's Neoma way mono, obey to me a carbon and our banner or what Ghana no the situation to saying. So a nursing I was a chesser or nursing institution. Yeah. Into obey to me at letter free or they are supporting. And our property be Ghana was so true. Australia now they making sure say my property me property now UK. Sorry. Until at the end of the day no me me come back me the holidays no ma call because ya can you maybe a tomro funity ma ama omo you careful about this application. Until ni nyani jina how be shisha unioma any evidence would be yes application no. Okay. Yo, Lawyer Francis, that's Nyame nhyira and say nneoma wo ho nanso emre emma ye ho kwan enti no aha na de adwumedie question say buy a man kan no like I always say ya na me de ko Nyame ye odoma ochina Saturday nti na extension ochina Saturday even though tomorrow is 6 March Ghana Independence 6 March me say activity kese bia enkoso but there is going to be an online something watch out for that na ochina 4 to 6 p.m. Saturday 6 March 4 to 6 p.m. no BWF Solicitors on Facebook Live no ye nua bema oreku from point host no ebeba so na ebaso a questions na wa ha ne nyina no meto e de akomo mo ho enti no wa question aba ma answer no mpacho na chese me invite ochina na beka ye ho e wo ochina program no 4 to 6 na maybe sa question wo ho ama na se me send de ama mo na ye bisa enti to be answered there. 4 to 6 BWF Solicitors Facebook Live and our YouTube Live no ebeba so adofo amo bo ayen wo Facebook ne so menua ba 𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗏 say good morning 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 nyame nhyira na ba for ewa enso eba ye mark 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗏 sorry 𝗃𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗏 and 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 say good morning family Nana Bob yes Bob 𝗃𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 Prince Balfour 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗪 Nana 𝗪𝗧𝗪 Nana Kanta Taba or say I'm listening to you from Tepa Ahafo
nyame nhyira chese mugu so modoso sister Dorcas adom yes mentumi nja o membo udin na najima yeda se enti mo mobile so nyina ma me se I think I've answered most of your questions and lawyer answer your questions na ma na abna se wa sa o question ba ko no se wonya answer so chena nyame adom adwane ye nanso wentumi nso anwane a ne obeya ni so repeat program no and program just repeat the first 20 minutes no lawyer Francis @𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗏 nyina se opese invite to spouse bia sika ohia sika o se ogie we breaking it down wa trotro ne nyina e wo honom enti no obi nso the question aba se o se 10,000 ye ni savings e wo ni savings mo na o de akoye application na there be mesra o se ko na kotie just the first 20 minutes no obehu all this explanation no e wo honom na lawyer eyi ano kama e wo ho ya boachi agima ya menhira wa cheche nyoma bi mu wo honom eye sika ye ji ene nti thank you na o ka kire sister Abna nyame nhyira ye nyina ya dane pocket lawyers enti no se yetie every big lawyers na yenso yenyanti ase na ya kyerɛkyerɛ bi enti sa benis dagozo Mr. Mambo udini ya fache mi why or say good morning MANYE and lawyer Francis your good work for the betterment of all is well appreciated. Nyame enhyira Auntie Akosia Pat o the voice note about me to me ambo nyame adoma ochena mebobo ni nyina ewo BWF Solicitors for 4 to 6 space live so no ebebo ewo honom aha na edi dwumedie no ebe wie na ansa na ebe sare ye na so no embia na lawyer Francis wo ni odi beto ye mfa na ni odi beja ye enti lawyer Francis ye ntom na de na odi beja ye ansa na wasore akọ
Manyati the midi beja ns way was say you take advantage yenuanum community say yenuanum wo Ghana na pese mo ba brochi efa the new shortage of occupation Minister of State 𝗃𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗆 edi akoda parliament because you hear my opportunities will move in such a way say bibia woye bia isanu adwuma owo ehunim die bia wo Ghana no omabie atumi in such a way say offer point based system na obetumi aba be no krom hanu mo enanya no nko normally eya na den omo restrict omo health sector no but say the omo open up nyoma bebre kwa in such a way say we can take advantage over all these things. Inti misramo minuanum ne bebia obia was say nya wumpo na uhia na obi hia e was say oboa na oboni dewro ema onu so tumu anamon say yebeboa yenuanum amadachi ye namontu asiye ti de mi de beja etiefo ne say ye nyoma bebre wa your immigration rules in ma say one busa lawyer and I say one call lawyer wa say your money bebre te be say bibi chi wa adwan ube busa lawyer and I say mate no emfa ensolve issue to an amount who lawyer no one 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗆𝗃 ye na ubenya ehu nimdia opese wunya why yo manyati onso yeda say and so o me adi program na abawie na ye koso ase nyankopɔ be bo ho bai no aka nyina ho da se ne ye be say hia makramo bye
bye lawyer Francis yenso yeda se nuanom ni adofo ha na yede dwumedie nbe ba ewie ye intino me sa bomonka ye se wo pese wo control B1 test na ana A1 test na nyame adom manyeti metumi organize me no be fa interview questions ni nyina mu se ne be ya ukona ukotena se maami o se papa o ne obebise bisa wonsem no ubehunse ubefa no kra intino wo ye interested no ase bomi number C 075-966-20154 na frame na yendi hu nkomo wai na ye hu se na nse nkrofo a nyame adomo mo na me so no progress ba pa nti no yedi hu adanse wo ye obi a upese o tro B1 ana A1 test na mesrewo kwan da ho bominka frame keke na ye nya nhihye ho me no be go through interview questions ni bebre me no be go through ni nyina mu se na be ya wo kwa enyo bibia enye hu sa intino bomode na frame yo yeda mo nyina si mesa bomonka ebiom nyame adoma ochina BWF Solicitors Facebook live baso any YouTube live baso afenso ye wo radios beye mienu miense bia funny live nyame adoma ye bebobo ochina ye bebo ne nyina din dia mamo na mwetumi etie efri honom obetumi ebisa wo hu nsem the law and the community and the community and the law ni mienu nyina ntiase baako enti no bomodia na join us on the community and the law hosted by yenua bema oreku frimpon ochina yo aha na di dwumedie no bebe wie ye ohwehwe BWF Solicitors fu ekira kwan ya enye yira kwan kra de bia me bom kokko ewo 7 Sisters Tube Station so pepepe 214 to 2187 High Road 7 Sisters N154NP na ofa 7 Sisters underground line na underground train na ofa upie 7 Sisters pepepa sorry ofa Victoria line mo vanchemi o Victoria line underground Victoria line no ubesi wo 7 Sisters Tube Station no usi ya mesro bomodia hwehwe exit number 2 exit trese baby a obe pie no exit number 2 no upie so a obe hu abansuru bisiwenim sa abansuru ne pepepepe ibaako ya tro ho Anna House ANNA Anna House ko 4th floor omo honum okwa omaye nhihye nyina kama protocol COVID protocol da ho kama na ne ekumene kra ukoya ye ma wakwa ba ne a serve chill ewi abo a chill bi say awaba chill tina tea so wade no enti no mombomode ansa na ye di wasem kra de amount mombomode nko BWF Solicitors for 7 Sisters Tube Station so pepepe okwa ye secretary no honum lawyers ni nyina wo honum na wo de wasem no akwako na ne wo mu ne se enam se afe ne ye ba be bie lockdown ne ntino a ye nyam bie ye no mesremo o kwa no afre nti omo nama no bomodin frɛ omo telephone number no na we book appointment na wa bom kokose BWF Solicitors mesremo me ba mo nchen nti de na menye na omo akyerɛ wo emrepa omama o time any way a odibedu ho se ne ebe ya obekọ no na kyerese yesiese wechi kama de amount pacho fa pen ni paper na trust na maito o mame why 0208 493 7340 mesa bosubium 0208 493 7340 the kind fresh anama we na kese u book appointment na waba honom na se mbi nso a baby a wo no kwan wa untumi ana adwuma sem ne ade untumi nkọ ho director menua ọma ye nhihye bibia ye betumi ye telephone conversation ana telephone consultation ana se video cry ye betumi afro video WhatsApp video ana Zoom video ana all the videos ye to me friend no they can call you on that ne why ye interview ne pepepe ana se consultation ne pepepe enti ehu kra hia se obetuka wi e de akohonom se ofre na obuki appointment babe se ne a openi bia no they can have that conversation with you enti bibia edaboko enti mesramo mesrɛ mo frɛ BWF Solicitors asɛm a wowɔ yiyufoɔ wopɛ sɛ wokɔfa wo yere ba wokɔfa wo baba wokɔfa wo busuani bi ba still a ɛkwan da hɔ na Ghanafoɔ we de metumofo na masrɛ mo saa point based system mo yɛmfa so ne yɛmfa mfa yɛn nuanom a munim sɛ ɔmo wɔ nimdeɛ bi wɔ baabi a bibi ho a ɔmo betumi aba na ɔmo abɛka yɛn ho abɛyɛ adwuma wɔ ha no yɛmfa saa adeɛ yi na Indianfoɔ to a atu egu so no wɔ ho na Chinesefoɔ to a atu egu saa adeɛ no so no ada na yɛn Ghanafoɔ deɛ yɛmpɛ sɛ yɛbɛsusu yɛbɛtu egu so na yɛayɛ bi nti we deɛ ɛyɛ futo kakra a mede ɛma menuanom Ghanafoɔ yɛn nso yɛnyɛ saa sponsorship license adeɛ yɛmfa so ne point base na ne yɛmfrɛfrɛ yɛn nuanom adɔfoɔ obi a opɛ sɛ ɔbɛkrom ano no so ɔbɛtoa ne dwuma so no yɛmfa so na yɛmfa mom saa akonya no nyame nhyira obi bia da sɛ next week ɛbɛsan ahyia nanso monkae sɛ Sunday ɔmanye aba show ɛba so manyeti ɛba so enti meda mo nyinaa se mo ante me nke bioma ɛne mema obi bia bye bye, have a good weekend and have a wonderful Independence Day or China Ghana for Independence yɛbɛka ho asɛm in the 64 years no den na yehu ewum yɛbɛka ho asɛm yo meda mo nyinaa se nyame nhyira obi bia Uncle Francis nyame nhyira why
no bye bye
me producer wɔ here yo okay MC Jama mentimi a menhwɛ na menye